No, I am not going to have him in that elite conversation because I can't put him in that elite conversation if it's 3 years in a row you do not make the playoffs. I want to show y'all the losses, too. So week one,
let's see it.
Look at them, right? So week one, we're going to break this stuff down. Week one, right? Joe Burrow, loss.
Yep.
164 passing yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 picks.
Ugly.
Jacoby Brissett, 130 passing yards, right? Played the same, right? His team lost, all right? Let's go to week two. Joe Burrow, 258 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 fumble. Patty Mahomes, the defense ain't no good. That's why they lost that. Patty Mahomes, 151 passing yards, 2 interceptions by the defense. Burrow. All right, let's go to the Ravens loss, because I want you to hear me.
So he did more than...
How they lose that game, though? A Joe Burrow interception at the end of the game.
OT. Right?
So let's go to the next loss. My goodness. To the Eagles, all right? Joe Burrow, 234 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Jalen Hurts, more passing yards, a touchdown, 3 rushing touchdowns with his legs. He outplayed Joe Burrow and won that game.
But wait, there's more.
You drop him out of the elite category.
Josh Allens, the Patty Mahomes, the Lamar Jacksons, they got MVPs and all pros, and they in the playoffs every year, and we keep on throwing Joe in. Go ahead, though.
What I'm hearing is that you guys are a very much QB is a win stat person. So for me, no. You guys only care based on what you're saying. You guys only care about wins as a quarterback.
Getting to the playoffs. Not winning championships. Getting to the playoffs.
But
that's
wins,
the question.
you have to win games, though.
To get to the playoffs. Yeah, so winning, getting to the playoffs.
They were half game out.
So when you have an elite quarterback, you're not even thinking that I'm not going to be in the playoffs. I know. I got him. I'm going to be in the playoffs.
All right, guys. Now, this is a interesting topic for me. Typically, I'm here defending Jalen Hurts as a top 5 quarterback, and now they're talking about Joe Burrow and whether he's a top 5 quarterback. And I admit I'm a huge Joe Burrow fan, so I never even thought about whether or not he is actually a top 5 quarterback still after missing the playoffs again. And I think now I am kind of convinced that, yeah, you might need to move him out of the top 5. But he's still a top 10 quarterback, definitely. But I think you got to put Hurts in front of him. I think you have to put Stafford in front of him. And I'm not going to put Jaden Daniels yet because he's only been there for a rookie season. But I think I would move him back a couple spots, not all the way back to 10. But because we know he can play. And here's the other thing is we have seen Joe Burrow in the playoffs. We have seen him beat Patrick Mahomes, get to the Super Bowl. He has that clutch gene. He has that ability to win. But he has had really good players around him. So, yeah, his offensive line has been lacking. But you still have, the best wide receiver considered by most in Chase. And then you have Higgins. And then you had Joe Mixon, who's been a damn good running back in the NFL for a long time now. So he's had weapons, and they've had some players on defense that are pretty good too. Though their defense sucked last year, let's be honest. But yeah, I think you have to move him out of the top 5 because you have to win. I mean, if you're not getting to the playoffs and you're not giving your team a chance to win, then I don't care how many passing yards you have. Stats are okay, but they don't tell the whole story. You have to win in the NFL. I don't care about anything else. If you're not getting to the playoffs, giving your team a chance to win. Now, I don't expect one player to win a Super Bowl on his own. That's just not going to happen. It takes a team to win a Super Bowl, and you have to have a good team around you. Granted. Now, when I saw Joe Burrow get to the Super Bowl with one of the worst offensive lines in the league, that showed me something about him. That showed me what an amazing quarterback he can be. But I do think he hasn't been as good the last couple of years. He's been good, and I still think he's a great quarterback. And I still think all he's got to do this year is get back to the playoffs, make some noise, not even get the Super Bowl, and he's going to probably vault right back up to that top 5. But you have to get to the playoffs. You can't miss. You can't miss the playoffs again. And you have enough talent. It's not like he don't have wide receivers to throw to. It's not like he hasn't had a running back to hand the ball off to. They can run the ball. They can throw the ball. He needs to get to the playoffs, and he needs to win at least one game. That's how I feel. And I actually believe he will. I believe he'll do that this year. I believe he's going to get there, and I believe he's going to perform. Look, Joe Burrow is not the reason why Cincinnati hasn't won a Super Bowl. They haven't put enough around him. But he does have good players around him. I mean, I saw Jalen Hurts in his rookie season, it wasn't really his rookie season, it was his full season as a starter. They won 9 games that year. They battled it out. They grinded their way to the playoffs, and then they lost to Tampa Bay. So Jalen Hurts didn't have as many good players around him as Joe Burrow does, and he still got to the playoffs. Cincinnati should be in the playoffs, and I don't know exactly why they're not and why they're not getting there, but he is putting up points, but he's got to find a way to win some of these games that are on the bubble. He's got to find a way to win the games when it matters, because being a quarterback, to me, the biggest stat is wins. So I disagree with Chase Daniels. It is about wins for me. It's about wins. Now, I granted, if you have nobody around you, I'm not going to hold you to that. But he does have players around him who are pretty damn good. So he needs to win. And even if his defense, I'm not going to hold him to, you have to win a Super Bowl with a bad defense. No. But you have to get wins in the regular season. You have to get to the playoffs, and you have to make things happen. You have to knock him down. Even though the eye test, I don't know how Chase can say, the eye test, he passes the eye test. Okay. Did you watch Jalen Hurts in the Super Bowl? He looked pretty damn good to me. He was dropping dimes, but that eye test doesn't matter to you now, does it? I don't know. So nothing Chase says makes any sense to me. He's going to hold on to Joe Burrow because, let's face it, Chase wasn't really a winning quarterback in the NFL. He was just a backup. So, of course, he doesn't want to attribute that to quarterbacks because he wasn't a winner. He wasn't a winner. But to me, the best quarterback's a winner. Why is Tom Brady considered the GOAT? It's because he won so many Super Bowls. Not because, not because he's the most talented quarterback. He looks the best throwing. He's not. Brady is a statue. He can barely move. Brady, he doesn't have the greatest arm I've ever seen. Brady's like Nick Foles, kind of. Like that. Nick Foles always reminded me of Brady, like the same build and the way he moved. But Brady's superpower was here. It was here. And this is why he won here. And that's why, to me, winning is one of the biggest stats you're going to get for a quarterback. Of course, you have to have good teams around you. We saw what Brady wasn't able to win his last year in New England, goes to a good Tampa Bay team and wins the Super Bowl his first year there. That's what happens. So, yes, you need to be able to win. But you do have to have players around you. There's no doubt about it. You're not winning a Super Bowl without a good team around you. It takes a team to win. But you have to factor that in when you rate these quarterbacks. And Joe Burrow has had talent around him. Not enough to win a Super Bowl, so I don't hold that against him at all. But you have to get to the playoffs. But don't worry, guys. I really believe Joe Burrow is about to have a great season. And that's all I got today, guys. Talk to you later.
Because that's the bottom line. Because Stone Cold said so.